A Subway employee is recovering after getting shot multiple times. It happened on the south side near Roosevelt and Loop 410 this morning.
Now authorities are searching for the person or people responsible. Eyewitness News reporter Mariah Medina has more about the shooting and the victim.
11643 Southeast Loop 410 for Subway, first shooting in progress.
An employee of a Southside Subway restaurant.
There's a man outside on the phone. He's the one that walked in.
Found inside the store early this morning with multiple gunshot wounds.
She is in surgery, but she was transported in serious condition.
Police unsure whether this was a robbery, but they say the Subway was open for business when the shots rang out.
There are no active witnesses. However, those that have adjacent businesses to this location or to the Subway have cooperated, giving us information on what they know about the victim, what they know about anything leading up to it.
Police so far have not released information about a possible suspect or information about the victim, but they say the scene is safe. Police spent hours this morning at the Subway collecting evidence, leaving the shop around noon. Patrons unaware the sandwich shop was an active crime scene were turned away. Subway franchise owner Martha Jordan released the following statement to KENS 5, saying, quote, "Our entire team is heartbroken and at a loss for words at what happened this morning to our valued employee and friend. We plan to be closed through the weekend so our Subway family can take the time they need," end quote. Mariah Medina, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.